My beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I came live today in the morning, but I think the targeting was not that good. So I decided to come back to schedule this live streamer right now so that we can get to know what's going on right here. So if it's your first time, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. For stopping by. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel for you to be part of this YouTube family. So guys, today we're going to talk about the jobs you can do in Spain without studies. They don't require studies. You know what I mean by studies, but not that studies is just an added advantage. For those people just joining, thank you so much. I really appreciate. You can kindly like this video for the live for me. Actually, a video 5. What's I? Aha, that is somebody is saying. Let me read. Let me read this comment. I love to go live because you get to I get in touch with my subscribers or people who watch me. So I have to read anything that is here right now. That is Zay. And she was saying I should come on, I should be. Hello, that is Masipa. Hello, Masipa. Welcome to the live. So we are going to start our conversation today. The jobs you can do in Spain without papers. Spain is found in Europe, guys. Yeah, it's found in Europe, and the capital city. Henrik, welcome from Marastan. Thank you so much. Is Madrid. So I live in Madrid city. I've been here for 1.5 years. So next year, February, I'll be 2 years right here in Spain. So I know how things goes, at least. Not everything, but I have an idea because I've been, studying to see how things goes. All right, so we can start with our conversation. I come live from my house. Today it's very sunny. Actually, is how many degrees? 30 degrees plus outside. So that's why I'm in the house. I don't want to go outside because it's too hot. All right, so we can start by job number 1. All right, we're gonna go despacito, poquito a poco. That means slowly by slowly, step by step, so that you can get to understand. All right, so the first job you can do in Spain without papers, but to have a document, to have a paper, to have studies, not papers. The first job you can do in Spain without studies does not require studies, just needs skills and sharpness, energy. All right, the first job is cleaning. If you are a cleaner, people who clean in Spain, they live. One thing I should tell you about Spain. The minimum salary, more or less, is 1,000 euros a month. 1,000 euros a month. That is close to 1,000 plus US dollars. 1,200 over there. All right. So in Kenya shillings, because I come from Kenya, my Kenyan people will ask, that is equivalent to 100, maybe, and 20,000 plus over there. A euro is high than a dollar, so it can get to 120 plus thousand when it comes to Kenya shillings. Tanzania, I don't know, but you can just calculate. All right, so cleaning, you only need for you to work in Spain, you have to understand the language. That is one thing. If you understand the language, that is Spanish, the national language, then you are good to go. So first thing, you have to understand Spanish. Second thing, you have to have a residential permit. They have to know that you are staying in Spain. Where are you staying? That permit, they have to give you a permit. Thank you for pronouncing my surname. All right, Masifa, thank you so much. You're welcome. Doing great, my brother, watching live from Migori. Just amazing. Will join one time. Thank you so much. That is African boy. All right. So I'm telling you, to work in Spain, you need a permit called residential permit. I don't know to work in US if you need that, or other countries in Europe. But in Spain, specifically in Spain, you have to have that residential permit. So if you have that, you can apply a job as a cleaner. So depending with where you will be working with the company, maybe they will take you through training. Not remember, I'm talking about studies. You know, when I mean studies, you are a professional about doing that thing. All right, but these jobs do not require studies. Like, you're not a professional. All right, so cleaning, you can apply a job and you can get it depending with the company you are working with. You can just do the job, and of course you can do the job. They call it chacha. Chacha is a person who cleans, maybe who takes care, no, who cleans a home. It's a cleaner, but not in a company. A home, like a home, you have a person, like a house help kind of. So here they call them chacha. So a house help does not need any education, any studies, but you have to have some skills. You have to be, you have to be sharp, all those things. So if you apply for a job, you are in Spain, or maybe you are from outside the country, or any other place in the world, maybe there is a vacancy, just try to apply. Then maybe, hi, there is Michael Cody, thank you so much for joining. Then maybe you can get your luck, maybe to work in Spain, because some people come in and they start working. As long as you have the permit and the documents for you to stay in Spain, then you can do cleaning without any problem. Without any problem, as long as you are residence does it. You just apply. Okay, you know how to, of course you have to know how to communicate, and a lot of Spain speaks Spanish, and so you have to at least a little bit of Spanish as you get to learn. So if it is your first time in Spain, Salimia Mama Watoto, thank you so much. So if your first time in Spain, maybe you are from an English speaking country or Swahili or whatsoever, what you need to do, don't have that hurry of getting a job. You arrive in Spain and getting a job. It will be so hard, because one thing, you have to know how to speak in Spanish, at least not even very well, but to communicate, because a lot of people communicate in Spanish because this is a Spanish speaking country, Spain. All right, so what you have to do, you can take your time, go to class, study a little bit of Spanish, practice, then that's all. You go there, start working. You can work in a company, you can work as a cleaner in a gym, you can work as a cleaner like these people, they clean the parks, the roads. You know, in Spain, they clean even the roads. You know, they wash like with machines. But with the machines, you have to be skilled. You get it? That these roads, that these are trucks that cleans the roads, you know. But like using the hands, you can do it. What about nursing job? Nursing is a professional, so you have to study. So today I'm going to talk about jobs that you can do in Spain without studying. You know, maybe you are a professional in nursing somewhere, but now you left your country. Now you are in Spain. Maybe you relocated. Maybe you came for a tour, then you said, Spain is very good, it's a very nice country, I can stay there. So the jobs maybe you can start with, and maybe you can just do the jobs forever, depending with what you want. If you have a contract that says you are here forever, you work forever, so you can do it without any problem. So you can clean, and there is this job, you take care of like a community, like a division. For example, if you are in Kenya, these people, they are called caretakers. In Nairobi, in Kenya, they use that name. So such kind of a job here in Spain, you can get it. You only have to go through training, 1, 2, 3 things. Thank you so much for those people who are liking the video, the live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. So such kind of a job, it's like a caretaker in a big community. You know, in Spain, a lot of people who live in apartments, maybe they rent, and we have some people who buy apartments. So you find it's like a big community, and there's one person maybe in 8 hours. The another person. You know, in Spain, you you legally you are only your hours should be 8 a day. That is 40 more or less a week. Yeah, 40 hours a week. So when you work as a person who takes care of the community, they will only train you. They tell you these doors are open with this. Please share and tell your friends about his channel. We support the brand. Thank you so much. So when you take care of a community, like you are in Spain, then you applied for a job, then you got a job, like taking care of a community, like these blocks, these apartments, they have like 100 houses, 200. So your work maybe to open the door. And I'm not saying it's like a watchman, is different. It's not, you know, communities here don't have like a watchman. There's somebody who takes care during the day. All right, so who takes care maybe, and there's somebody who is cleaning. So this person who takes care is not the person who is cleaning. Take note on it. This person who takes care does the jobs like maybe informing the administrator of that community. Maybe there is they need to fix some damage. We have to change some bulbs in the pathways. We have to change something. These jobs, you get it. So you have to inform the administrator of that community, like maybe just taking care, seeing who is coming in, who is going out, you know, directing the messengers, directing the people who are sent with the company. This door is that, this is that. Maybe, you know, maybe there is something going on in the community. You inform the people in the community. So that person again, I can call him or her a caretaker. So that job does not need any studies. You just need, thank you so much Nderato, nasema kazi nzuri. So you don't need to go to school to study that job. As long as you are mature, you know the language, 18 plus, you live in Spain, then good to go. You apply, you're lucky to get a job. And one thing I love with Spain, so far so good. I've not seen such maybe corruption, a lot of corruption when applying to the jobs. Maybe you have to give some money for you to get that job, or you get it when I say corruption. So that is what I mean. So you only have to apply. If you are lucky, if you are qualified, then you're good to go. That's great information you're giving, because even you have a qualification in a foreign country. Let me read this. Yeah, in a foreign country, it wouldn't be easy for starting. Yeah, true. Even if you have, like me, you know, when I relocated to Spain, my studies as a hotel, I did hotel management, catering and accommodation management. So when I came, the challenge was that I needed to know Spanish, you know. But no, I never did that. You get it. So it's advantageous for you to get a job. Then maybe later on, as time goes, yeah, you can find now your profession where you fit. You know, you need to pay. You know, when you come to Spain, you need to pay. Like any other country, you need to pay the bills. You need to pay everything, house, everything. So you won't just be seated. So these jobs, you can go apply for them, and you can easily get the job, and it's fair because I think the salary is good. You can live with the salary, and compared maybe let me say it where I come from. Yeah, so you know what I mean. So you can get that job. You can get a job as a cleaner. I've already talked about it. Maybe let me say you are cleaning in even a car wash. You know, in Spain there is You can wash your car with your machine, automatic. The machine automatic, you can just drive in the car and the car is washed automatic. Then you can use as a person, as you, with your own car, a pistol to clean the car. And there is this hand wash thing, like back at my village. So this is the most expensive, I guess. Yeah. Thank you so much, Elena. So this is the most expensive, the hand wash. You know, this is the most expensive because somebody is washing your car with the hands, everything. So that is the most expensive. So imagine a job like that. Do you need studies? No, you don't. You only need skills and maybe somebody to train you how to work. Thank you so much. Please kindly like the video for me. So you only need skills and you are good to go. So when you are here, when you are in Spain, and I will tell you how to get to Spain. You know, I can tell you the jobs that you can do without studies, but how do you get to Spain? How do you manage to get to Spain? That those people who are eager to go outside to look for green pastures, you know what I mean. So I'll do a video to tell you how to go, the kind of visas you need, how to get into Spain, how to legally. And I told you the other day, don't you ever maybe go to a country illegally, maybe the country like maybe Spain, maybe Europe illegally, because you just think that no, life, you have to work to get something, you have to work to get food, and for you to work you have to get papers, and for you to get papers you have to be living legal or legally in Spain. So it's better even you stay at home, do some 2-3 things, eat, you will eat well, okay, you will sleep well, okay. But when you come to Spain with that, like maybe you've sneaked in, you will become a beggar, you will not afford housing, you will not afford food. Housing is very expensive, clothing is very expensive, so you will end up suffering. So it's better you follow the correct procedures, and believe me, if you keep on moving, you keep on pressing, nothing is impossible. And of course, if they see the need of giving you visa, why not? They give visa. I've met a lot of Kenyans who came in. Others came students, others came with invitation visas, others came with tourism visa. So I'll talk about that. But today let's stick with the topic of the day, that is how to get how the jobs that you can do in Spain without studying. You know, so you don't need to study, you just need to have skills, energy, and you know, you're good to go. So I've talked about cleaning, I've talked about caretaker. Now I want to talk about, you know, I've written them down so that I go through them one by one. So I've talked about cleaning, I've talked about caretaker. Now I want to talk about babysitting. Babysitting, this is a job that is very normal in all the countries. All right, in all the countries. In Spain, mostly people do babysitting, maybe in the morning when the parents have gone to work. Then you take the babies to school, you make sure you give them breakfast, and it's easy. You know, it's easy because you don't have maybe you start cooking breakfast. No, you just go to the fridge, take the milk, warm the milk, give the baby, and prepare the baby to school. Then later, you can take the baby from school, bring the baby home. That is what we call babysitting. Or you take them to the park, depending with the day, depending with the agreement with your boss. You get it? So you only have to be disciplined, and honest. You have a happy face, of course. Everybody wants that. You know, I cannot leave the kids with you and you have that face, you know, you get it. So you need to be happy, you need to be disciplined, you need to be, yeah, at least to get along with the baby. So babysitting, or maybe you can find maybe a parent, they want to go out and they don't go with the babies. So you can get that job, and at least it will pay you at the end of the day. You won't say, I don't have money. At least you will have something. So babysitting, does not need studies. I'm talking about the babysitting in the house, not the babysitting, not teachers, not people who work in the kindergarten or no. That one is a professional job. You have to study, and you have to study very hard to become maybe um, a teacher who takes care of the babies or who teaches the babies, in the kindergarten. But babysitting is like home, You go. Let me read something here, like comments I can see. Mimi mwenye sijasoma naweza pata ya kufagia. Yes, you can. I've talked about cleaning. Yeah, I've talked about cleaning. Yeah, you can. You can because yeah, you can clean in the supermarket, you can clean in the markets, you can clean the roads, you can clean everywhere. Do you know Spain, Madrid? Spain is very clean. I think Spain is one of the cleanest countries in the world. That is not, I'm not saying it because I'm here, no. I think the videos that I've been doing, the live streams, the video, even you can see, you can tell. Because people are cleaning, machines are cleaning. So cleaning, some maybe back in my village, when you become a cleaner, when you clean, they see it like, this job, no. Those people, this job is not a good job. I cannot do cleaning. I cannot do babysitting. One thing I learned, the more you travel, the more you open up your mind. In Spain, people have very good life and very good salaries, and they're cleaners, and they are very happy with their jobs. And nobody will tell you, you are a cleaner. Job, this, and the more you travel, the more you see, the more you expand your mind. Or maybe, he is babysitting or she is babysitting. You just think, what kind of a job is this man doing? You get it? So babysitting, cleaning is, people earn a living here and they live very well. They buy houses, they pay bills. They buy, to buy a house in Spain, a 3-bedroom apartment. The other day I was telling you, a 3-bedroom apartment, maybe in Madrid, let me say Madrid, outskirts of Madrid, is close to 25,000 euros. That is 250,000 euros. That is close to 247 US dollars, around there. So which means it's 25 million Kenya shillings or 26 million Kenya shillings. So you can imagine how expensive it is. And people live. Yeah, people live. But what do they do? You can take a mortgage. Maybe you pay 100,000 per month or 80,000 per month. That is Kenya shilling. That is 800 euros, depending. And the others who live in bungalows, the others who live. So what you are doing does not really matter here. As long as you are skilled, you are good to go. You are good to go. As long as you are skilled, you are good to go. Okay, of course, there are those jobs that you need to study, like to become a teacher. I think I'll talk about that another day. So today I'll just talk about the jobs that you don't need to study, of course. That is the topic of the day. So for those people who are just joining, thank you so much. Please tap that screen, to like this video, and you can tap to share. And of course, you tap to subscribe, all right? Okay, so I've talked about that. So I'm going to talk about maybe working in a shop, working in a shop, working just like a shop, somebody who takes, maybe, let me say you are in a supermarket. I don't know how to call these people. You work in a supermarket, your work is just to arrange in the supermarket. To arrange. You are not a cashier, you are not a cashier or a receptionist, or you are not a cleaner. I've already talked about it. You are not somebody who is selling at the front area. You are just arranging. Get it? You take this, you put them at their correct places. So those kinds of jobs, you don't need to study. You only need to apply. No Spanish. You're good to go. You're good to go. So You can work in a supermarket, you can work in a shop, like you can arrange, you can work, you just arrange the clothes, you arrange the food, you know, those people who organize things. So if you have a talent, if you love to see things organized, like you keep things cool, you keep things clean, there you are. You don't need to go to class and study how to arrange things. Yeah, so such kind of a job, you can get it right here in Spain. All right. So another thing is to be a watchman. To be a watchman in a certain, or a watch, they say watch women, I don't know how to put it, that person, like a gatekeeper, security person. Let me say a good name is security personnel. All right, not a policeman, not air force, but that person who, you know, you don't have to study for you to get that job, but they have to train you, they have to take you through training so that you fit in that job. So such a security personnel, you don't need to study. And I've not told you like the security personnel, maybe the police, of course. To become a police here in Spain, I think I'll talk about that another day. To become a police here in Spain, you have to study a lot. Yeah, you have to study a lot. These jobs, a police, a primary teacher, let me say a police, a teacher. So you have to study a lot, you know. So I'm talking that person who is a security person, just a normal security, maybe in a hotel, you know. In a hotel, you are a security person outside there, you know. You don't need to study. You don't need to have like, I'm going to study to get, no. So you only need to be fit, all right? To be fit, and then you apply. Of course, they will train you according to what they want you to become, so that you fit in the job, you fit in their system. So such kind of a job, you can just apply and you can get it. Rule number one, discipline, and you know, you know how to speak Spanish. It's very important here in Spain. If I don't know about England, I don't know about other countries, but here in Spain, it's very important to speak in Spanish. Studies are added advantages in these kinds of jobs. Of course, you know, studying, you know, to study is very important. But I'm talking to those people who just came to Spain, and you know what I mean. Yeah, studies, you can study to become a cleaner, professional cleaner, but to clean does not need a lot of studies. So I'm talking, you know, so you can choose, but studying is just an added advantage, right? So I was talking about the security person. So you work for 8 hours, then you know, so if you are skilled, then you're good to go. So about security, you can just, you know, go there, apply, be fit, and you're good to go. So that does not need studies, all right? So another thing is to work in a hotel, like a waiter, not a chef. A chef, you need studies. If you want to become a chef, you need to study, and you have to study a lot. And of course, if you need to become a good waiter, you need studies. But I'm talking about maybe the bus. You know, I want to tell you something. In my village, but that's why I'm telling you to, you know, to travel is to open up the mind. In my village, they believe bus is for bad people. Like, bus, they're only for adults. They're only for people, you know, our parents. If they see a girl in a bar, they say, this girl. The parents are not taking care of her very well. Or this boy is not a good boy. So that is my village, but I love it so much. Yeah. So in the bars, but of course I think is the culture, you know, the way the bars operate back at home is not the way the bars operate here. You get it? I think actually it's the culture, the way they see things. So in my village, when you go to the bar or, you know, to a club, so here the bars, so there is a difference between bars and clubs. So working in a bar is a very normal place to work here and a very good place to work. You can work without studies to become a waiter in a bar or just a restaurant. You get it. So working in a bar, bars in Spain, even kids enter the bar with their parents. It's not like it under 18s whatsoever. But you cannot sell alcohol to kids. All right, but you can drink. Bars here sell coffee. Bars here sometimes they sell food at a certain time. Bars here, the kind of bars we have in Europe is not the kind of bar there are in my bars in my village. They're disciplined. People who work in the bars, they are disciplined. They're not like those girls, those girls or those boys. Is To work in a bar here is a normal job. It's like a doctor. It's like a normal, very normal job. So I think is the culture right here. So to work here in a bar, you need to be disciplined. You need to be a sweet talker. You need to smile. Those skills, there are some people born with skills. So you just go there and get a job automatically. All right. So, and of course, if you know English in Spain is a added advantage. So you don't need to study for you to work in a bar as a waiter. But a chef, you have to be skilled because a bar is to serve to 1, 2, 3. You have to be very sharp. I think sharpness and memory. Yeah. So working in a bar here in Spain is very normal. It's like any other job, but every kind of job, of course, the salary differs, and of course, but I've told you the minimum is 1,000. Let me just put it 1,000. 1,000 euros. That is 100,000 and 110, 120,000 Kenya shillings. So it can go to 180. It can go depending with where you are working. There are people who earn. It's like any other country. There are people who earn a lot. There are people who earn, but here there is that average. A lot of people in Spain. What I love in Spain, the culture in Spain. A lot of people are in the average class. They're not poor, they're not rich. They have tried to maintain that gap. The gap between the poor and the rich is nothing. Okay, they are poor people, of course, but at least a lot of people, they are in between. So that's why the salary even is in between there. So you can manage to pay your bill. You can live with the salary. All right. So working in a bar, you can apply. You can work as a waiter. You can work. I've already talked about cleaning. You can clean in the bar. Yeah, waiters is that person who serves you a drink. So you can, does not need studies. It does not need studies. So you can just work there, and you are good to go. So working in a bar in Spain is very normal. It's like any other job. So people, it's not like in my village when you work in a bar, they see you like, hey, 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 hey. You get it? So it's like here it's very normal. It's like any other job. Another thing is to work as I've talked about the bar cleaning. So another thing you can work in Spain without, another job that you can do in Spain without studies is those people who are in construction sites, helping in construction sites. Remember, mark it. Helping in construction site, like a personal assistant, like an assistant in a construction site, not an engineer, not an architect, not those people who maybe mix, those people who bring this, bring that. You need to have skills. So you don't need to study, you need to have skills and you're good to go. And of course, such kinds of jobs, back maybe, I love to talk about my village because when I talk about something in Spain, I revert back to my village because I'm a village boy, I'm a village boy. So this kind of work, the job, like in construction sites, in the homes, you help in construction, there's that person. And of course, a lot of people who construct, not engineers, not architects, the person, I don't know how we call it, Manson, I don't remember the name. So the person that constructs, you know, those people that have skills, they don't need to study, So the person who is helping them. So you don't need to study. You just help and you're good to go. You have energy, then there you are. You're good to go. You work, come in, a lot of jobs in Spain, like construction jobs start at 8 in the morning. Yeah, at 8 in the morning, you go, you plan with your boss whatsoever, this, you're going to do that, and you're good to go. So that kind does not need studies. That kind of the job does not need studies. You only need to be healthy. You have the required documents to live in Spain, and you are good to go. Because Spain has made it, I think, has made it possible for even those people who work in such areas, at least to have some food, to can pay their bills. And of course, some people, back at home, they see like, this job, I cannot work in this job. But I think it's because of the salary and everything. Back at home, the construction side, people are paid. It depends. So here, I think the pay is more high. So you can work there, and here it's very normal. I think people should just be normal, like the jobs in Europe. The people who are working in the construction site, the people who are working as cleaners, the people who are working as personal assistants of something, the people who works in bars, it's like normal. There's no big deal. It's like any other job. You get it? So as long as you put food in the table, that's all. Yeah. And to work in a hotel, of course, like a waiter, you don't need studies. For real, you don't need studies, because you're just good. You're working. You have an experience. If you don't have experience, because you can get a job, but they have to train you. Depending with where you're working. That is a waiter. But I've told you, a chef you can. And of course, studies are added advantage. Because if maybe I want that job, I want to be a waiter, and I've studied to become a waiter, and somebody has not studied. So if you bring papers, of course, somebody who has studied will qualify. But if you have skills, maybe you've been working somewhere and somebody recognizes you, then you can even get a job quicker than the person who has the, everybody needs good people at his or her workplace, So you need skills, you need energy, you be disciplined, then you're good to go. Another job is to work as let me say a gardener. A gardener, not people who shape fences. There's a professional gardener, get it? A professional gardener, those people who trim, those people, it's very professional. It needs a lot of skills. But if you know how to do it, of course, and you don't have studies, you can get that job. Why not? All right? But here, it requires professional people, just like any other job, but you can get it. But I'm talking about this gardener who maybe take the weeds, who arrange the things, put some soil, make sure the place is tidy. A gardener. When I talk about a gardener, you know it. So you can be a gardener here in Spain, and you don't need a lot of things. You only need residential permit, and that's all. And another thing I should tell you about Spain, it's very important. A lot of jobs need people who have driving license. Not all, but driving license is another added advantage. When like you have a driving license in Spain, some connections, bro. Moses Owari needs connection. I'll make videos, by the way. I'll make videos on how to get visas. Yeah, to get visas. I'll be interviewing. Personally, I did mine about how I got to Spain, but I will be hello. That is Sheikh's But I will be interviewing some people who came to Spain without like visiting visa. Maybe they came with student visa, now they live in Spain. Maybe they came with tourism visa, now they live in Spain. Those kinds of visas, you get it? That you don't need to have a family here for you to get the visa. So I'll talk about it, I'll make the videos. I was talking about gardener, to be a gardener. To be a gardener in Spain. What you need to do, you need to have skills and energy. And you apply for the job. And if you do it well, then you are good to go. All right. So people here in Spain, Spain take care of maybe what if I have driving lessons from my country. That maybe international driving license, but I'm talking about Schengen, the European. When you drive, for example, me, when I drive in Spain, I can drive in Germany, in Europe. In short, I can drive in Germany, I can drive in Portugal, I can drive in France, I can drive in Italy, I can drive everywhere in Europe, because my driving, I don't know where is my wallet. It's over there, so I don't want to go out of the camera. I would have shown you. So it has like a badge with stars. That means that you can drive in Europe. So to answer your question is no. You need to have a driving license. So when you come to Spain, don't have even a hurry. If you know you are going to be here for long. But if you know you are going to be here for a short period of time, of course, you can do some 1, 2, 3 things and get a job. Then after that, you look for a driving license. Then you can get a better job, because driving license is an added advantage. Because to get a driving license in Europe, you have to be very good. How do we get that driving license? Should I talk it in our next video? No, because it's alright, because it's a question. I'll just brush through it and tell you how you get a driving license in Spain. So you can study in Spanish or English. So I did mine in English. It is hard. No, it's not. Depends. So you go for class. For this period pandemic, because I got my driving license last year. That's why for people who have seen my videos, my car has an air like learning. So what you do, you apply for the school that you want, then you do theory classes. You can do them online. There is again, they give you extensive classes. They give you revision materials. They give you a lot of things to study, because it's very serious. You study like you are in a university. Like me, I used to studying how to drive a car, like studying to do a theory exam. Yeah, it was so funny. But it's very important, because the roads here, you know how the roads in Europe, the developed countries are. So for you to get a driving license, you have to be good. So you do the theory part, and the theory part, it's out of but for let me read this. Please, when you comment at least Swahili or English or Spanish, all right, but in full, all right? Somebody's saying, but for you, but for your now, you see, so like that is hard even to read, but I'll try to understand it. Let me try to understand it. All right. But for you now, perfect in everything, you speak Spanish. No, I'm not perfect. I'm trying, every day is a learning day. So the theory exam has 30 questions. So in the 30 questions, you have to get at least 27. At least 27. If you get 26, you repeat, and you have to pay, of course. You have, but theory they give, I think, 2 more trials without paying. But practicals, you have to pay for your practicals exams. Like, if you have to drive, so you have to pay more. So you do the exam. When you qualify your theory exams, you've got 27 over 30. You do right. I'll call him later. All right. So in this theory, you have to get 27 over 30. And when you pass 30, when you get the pass mark, now you can start driving classes, the practical, you know. So you must pass the theory for you to start the practical, and it's very tricky. Even if you are clever, even just imagine something that is little. The questions are very challenging, but they are very easy. Easy but challenging because they are in choices. You don't have to explain. No, 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 no. This or this or that or this. Okay. So you can even miss it, and when you miss it, it's Spain is a country that is like a straightforward country when it comes to some things like a driving license. So there's no that the back door you have to pay some cash for you to get a drive. No, it does not happen here. So when you pass the exam, when you pass, you go to practicals. Then practicals, they give you classes. People do even. I had a friend. You know me. I remember I did 16 practical classes to drive. I had a friend who did 64. Others do 80, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So it depends with you and the courage. It's about courage. So when there is an exam like any other country. So you have to pass that exam for you to get your license. That's why a license is very important. And of course, imagine when you have a license, you can work even in Amazon, you can work in those jobs that they send you with, you have to use the car, you know. But to work as a driver, professional driver, you have to study driving, like driving. Yeah, I think it's B. No, B. I can't remember very well, but B is the normal license, right? So driving is an added advantage. I've talked about waiter. I've talked about house help. I've talked about babysitting. I've talked about construction, and yes, those are the kind of jobs that you can do in Spain freely, without like the government tells you we need studies. You get it. Yeah, and you can work as a personal assistant of somebody, like maybe a chef. Maybe you can, maybe like those jobs, onions, bring these jobs. Yeah, so you don't need to study. You don't need to study. You live well. Yeah, you live well because Spain has put an average salary. And of course, one thing about Spain, if you have a contract, it helps you with a lot of things, like if you have a contract, the medication is free. And of course, even if you don't, if you have, if you've not watched that video, it's on YouTube. I will tag maybe my link. So Chef Matiko, just my channel, just look on my videos, it's there. Yeah, it's free. So it helps you even when you have a job in Spain, you can take a mortgage, you can buy a house. Buying a house in Spain is very, very, very expensive. Yeah, and without a job, you cannot buy a house. You get it? Not unless you come from a very rich background, that maybe your parents can take 250,000 or 600,000 euros to give you. That is 70 million. 25 million, so it's good to work, but how do we get the jobs? So those are the kind of jobs that you can do in Spain without any problem, without studies. But studying is an added advantage. So you can clean, you can clean. I've told you, you can clean, you can babysit, you can work in shops, you can work in construction areas, you can work as a house help, yeah, that is housekeeper, there are security personnel, you know, so those kinds of jobs. And the good thing is that they give you hours, like 10, maybe no 10 hours, no, 8 hours a day, maximum, yeah, I think it's maximum, like any other, yeah, in your contract you cannot pass 8 hours a day. But jobs like driving, you have to be a professional driver for you to work maybe in a bus as a driver, maybe for you to work in this professional driving, yeah. But if you have a license, it's an added advantage here in Spain. So you can just get a job with your license now that you're here. So I'm going to try as much as possible to tell you how to get to Spain. Of course, I'm telling you about the jobs. Then how do you get those jobs? All right, because I can tell you about the jobs. Yes, you are in Kenya, you are in Africa, you are wherever you would wish to work in Spain. You know, am I telling you how, where, how, the job? No, but they don't help you in any way. But how do you get those jobs? How do you get to Spain? How do you, start the jobs? So I was telling you, when you want, if you have one day you are in Spain, and your visa maybe is 6 months, 7, 1 year, those visas, those long term visas. What you can do, go study Spanish, yeah, and then do some driving lessons, because before doing that, when you get a job, the time is limited. You even wonder, me back at home, I used to have a lot of time. I don't know, I think there is something somewhere that is not happening very well, because when I came here, the time is I don't have time, time disappears. I used to wait, like I'm at home, I wait for one day to finish, like the end, I'm waiting for the end of the day, it's not even happening. You see, a day will finish in the near future. You get it? But here, you realize time flies. I don't know why, but the seconds are the same, 60 seconds, 1 minute. But I don't know why the time flies. Yeah. So when you are in Spain, the time flies. What I'm telling you is, when you come, for example, or you are, don't even, maybe you can get these jobs like babysitting. Me, I used to take care of two babies of my friends when I arrived to Spain. Then I arrived like on Saturday. On Monday, I started working, because I had a family visa. So I started working, but I worked for 2 hours in the morning, maybe 1 in the evening. 2 hours morning, maybe 1 in the evening, or vice versa, or 2. So I used to drop the babies to school and pick them back home. So with that period of time, so you can look such kinds of jobs. And another job I've not told you about is about taking care of the elder people. Elder people, all right? Like nursing, not nursing in the hospital, like nursing. These jobs that you take care, maybe you take the old person for a walk, you work in a, how do they call it in Spain, in Spanish? Yeah, just understand that you take care of the old people. So such kind of jobs, you only need to know how to speak in Spanish. So when you come here, you can speak in Spanish. You learn how to speak in Spanish, then you can get such kind of a job. So you don't need to struggle a lot. And of course, I've told you, mark it. Studies are added advantage. And of course, getting to Spain, getting to any country, Like for work, you are just from Africa or from any other country, and you don't have the qualification. It's so hard. It's very hard to get a job. So you need to be sharp and to follow the correct process, like I've told you. All right. So make sure you follow the correct process. I'll tell you how to get visas, how to do everything. Thank you so much for those people who are liking the live. I really appreciate. So you can do that. You can do that, and imagine you can keep on pushing. Never give up. You know, somebody told me, whatever uh, you can be what you want to be. Yeah, you can be what. You know, some people have that spirit of I want to live in Europe. No, I used to think, I used to think in Europe there is yeah, money is easy to get. You know, there is money. You know, the countries that you think there is money, just money is like on the road waiting for you to just go and pick it with a bag like this. But the best, bro. Keep the good work. Be blessed. Thank you so much, African boy. So I used to think I have, you know, when you say Africa, I have Africa there in my house. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love this. When you talk about Africa, African boy. So I used to think Europe. I used to think that Europe money is on the road. You just go with your bag and they give you money. They give you money. They put you money in the bag. Until when I arrived. Because when I arrived, I arrived on Saturday, I guess. Yeah, I remember. Then on Monday I was working. After working, I come and study. I used to do Spanish in a certain university. Then I used to do Spanish in a certain institute, like two, like this. So you study, then of course you have some activities to do at home. Then in the evening you go back to, for the kids. Then you have classes. So you get it even, yeah. And of course, you know, the more you earn, the more you spend, right? So the more you earn, the more you spend. And of course, it's good. It's good when you come, you work hard, you get a job. And I always tell people you can make it from wherever you are. It doesn't matter. It always doesn't matter where you are. You can make it from where you are. It's not necessary you travel to another country. But if you want well, but I'm just advising you, you can just make it from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, from America. Yeah, you can just make it. Just focusing, having that spirit of wanting, and you're good to go, and you will get whatever you want. So those are the jobs, the major jobs. Maybe if you have a question, I can answer about the jobs. Maybe you know sometimes I can forget. You have been talking for 1 hour right now, for 58 minutes right now. Yeah. So maybe you can ask a question. You can ask if you need to know, if you want to know something about the jobs in Spain. Yeah. Somebody said I'm a plumber in Kenya and I earn $20 per day. How can I? Let me read this. I think I never saw it. I never saw it. This guy is in Kenya. He's a plumber. He earns $20 a day. Wow, that is good money in Kenya, no? That is per month. That is $600 a month. Yeah, that is good money in Kenya. That is good money in Kenya. So let me bring you to Europe. If you are a plumber, have good money. I can just confirm because I work with plumbers. I work with constructors. Yeah, plumbers have a good money. These skills jobs, hizi kazi zenye mnaona tu hapa pale pale chigasi chinomo komaha no hara hanwiga. You see, these jobs that you see that people say no, not like home. Maybe carpentry. Let me talk about carpentry. Oh my God, carpentry has a lot of money. Plumbing has a lot of money. installing electricity has a lot of money. Any kind of job, skills. If you are skilled or you have a driving skill, you are good to go. You are good to go, I tell you. I get it from me. But I think earning $20 a day in Kenya is good money. It's only that maybe you work a lot of hours. The difference is that maybe I don't know how many hours you work, but it's good money in Kenya because that is $600 a month, right? So it's good money in Kenya because the spending power is more or less it's less compared to spending power here. Depends. So plumbing here, you can earn, let me say, per hour. If you are a plumber, maybe you are coming to fix something in my house, you know, fixing something in my house. Maybe per hour I can give you, maybe something has broken, depending. Because the other day I was let me give you an example. I was installing something, air, that one, but in my bedroom. Yeah, we had already bought the machine. Now they came to fix it. There were two people. I think they took like 1 hour and a half. So we paid them 200 US dollars. No, 200 euros. There were two. So you can just imagine you are a plumber now. Maybe you can work for, depending. If it's new, depends, but it pays well. These jobs pays very well. I cannot lie that they are not paying well. They are paying. They are good paying jobs. Plumbing, these jobs, these skills, carpentry. Carpentry pays very well. Yeah. So if you have a talent, if you have a skill, try. If you have a skill, talent, whatsoever, what you have, what you can do. If you are a good cleaner, if you are a good driver, these jobs, never give up. Just keep on searching for opportunities, and one day you will get the opportunity. Or start your business. You're a carpenter, you're a plumber in Kenya. Just do it from there. You will make it from wherever you are. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for listening to me for 1 hour and 2 minutes. I want to say bye-bye for today. Thank you so much. Please share my videos, share my live, subscribe if you haven't, if you're new here. Yes, thank you so much. So I have to go today. I'll see you in our next video. I love you so much. Adios. Thank you so much. I'm ending the live here. So see you.